for joining us on a glorious and gorgeous Thursday afternoon in downtown Charlottesville. We're in the shadows of Thomas Jefferson's University, less than 2 miles from the Rotunda, less than 2 miles from the John Paul Jones Arena in Scott Stadium, a hop, skip, and a jump from the Charlottesville Police Department, a block off the downtown mall, a block removed from the courthouses that we call Albemarle in the city of Charlottesville, and smack dab in the epicenter of Central Virginia, a 300,000 person market that we love oh so dearly. We, Judah and I, and our team at I Love CVille and VMV Brands work extremely hard for you. The only thing we ask in return for this hard work is if you spread the gospel that is the I Love CVille Show by liking the show, retweeting the show, offering comments in the show, telling us we do a good job, giving us some provocative commentary to talk about, or questions that stimulate the brain. Just give the show a share. Thank you kindly. Judah Wickhauer's the director. He's the producer. He's the jack of all trades. He is also the inspiration behind Sidekick Boobini, who we saw yesterday. I'm getting quite a bit of feedback from Judah Wickhauer's attire. Folks asking if it was foxes fornicating on his button-down shirt yesterday that literally was asked of me in a direct message. I was not sure how to respond to the foxes fornicating on Judah's shirt with Boobini yesterday. Of course, the great Jaredini, yours truly, has been turned into fodder for the meme accounts. I truly enjoy the content on the meme accounts, and I very much look forward to them as they help us spread the gospel. That is the I Love CVille Show. Judah Wickhauer, my friend, we weave you into the mix. 13 years working alongside each other here in our headquarters on Market Street in the Macklin Building. A lot we got to cover today. This community, this city, this region constantly gives us content and fodder on the I Love CVille Show.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my gosh, it's just a joy. It is an absolute talk show host dream covering content in this community. We're going to talk oxymorons and whether raising taxes and championing housing affordability are oxymorons here or is an oxymoron in Charlottesville, Virginia. How can the city manager, Sam Sanders, who has not been on the job that long, and I would say Mr. Sanders' tenure so far as city manager has been tumultuous at best. We had Sandersville and Market Street Park. Now we have a meals tax, a lodging tax, and a real estate tax increase on the near horizon. We're talking unionization. We're talking the city of Charlottesville trying to usher in housing affordability. It's been a choppy, rocky, and tumultuous time in a 10.2 square mile city that we love so dearly. Today we will also talk Commonwealth of Virginia, the 9th highest monthly rent by state, and the good old US of A is right here in the Commonwealth, and Charlottesville's at the peak and pinnacle of that expensive nature of rent. We'll talk about that on today's show. The Alley Light on the downtown mall is celebrating a 10-year anniversary. 10 years for a restaurant. That's like 100 years for any other business. 10 years for a nondescript restaurant off an alley in downtown Charlottesville that has amazing cocktails, fantastic cuisine, and just a sensational ambiance. We'll talk about
one of my sister's favorite spots for when she comes into town.
The Alley Light.
To get us all to go to the Alley Light.
You go there, huh?
It's been a while, but yeah, we've been there a few times, the whole family.
Ladies, Judah's single and ready to mingle, and he will take you on a hot date to the Alley Light.
Sure.
Hit him up on Bumble. What do you do on Bumble? Just you connect, you buzz, you bumble on over to Judah's profile.
It all
you
depends.
Swipe right, swipe left. You creep into your DMs.
Swipe right.
Judah's ready to mingle, ladies and gentlemen. On today's program, we'll talk what's next for the Virginia men's basketball team and 9 places for succulent, delicious, downright delectable waffles that make your soul and your belly happy. Judah Wickhauer has done the hard work of trying waffles in this community and compiling a list on ilovecville.com. You can find it at ilovecville.com/CVille waffles. If you like waffles as much as Judah and I do. My friend, the lead of the program, raising taxes across the board and housing affordability. How can one champion housing affordability while raising taxes across the board? Real estate tax rate, meals tax, lodging tax. Literally regressive tactics. At the same time, you say out of one side of your mouth, we want affordability in this community. The other side of the mouth, you're saying we're going to make the community more expensive as you recommend a budget of $251,526,900 for fiscal year 2025. That's what Sam Sanders is suggesting. My friend, the talk show is yours.
I don't even know what to say. This is, it's certainly not going to help housing affordability, obviously. And how many people is this going to hurt? I mean, we're talking about, what did we say, 7%? And I thought there were some interesting theories about city council basically asking for more and then pretending to settle for what they actually wanted just to make it more palatable.
You're talking Brian Pinkston, friend of the program, Lloyd Snook, and Mayor Juan Diego Wade saying they would be in favor of the real estate tax rate hitting $1 even on $100 owned of real property. Instead of the $1 even, we are now talking what, 98 cents?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's a discount. We initially asked for $1. We're settling for 98 cents.
Yeah.
I think that's called what in our business?
I'm not sure.
13 years of doing this. It's called perception management.
Okay. There we
Brand management. When you try to control the narrative by letting the community know you're going to consider raising the real estate tax rate to $1 and settling on 98 cents. You are managing the narrative, managing the perception. The reality is we are too smart for that, and we see through it, Judah Wickhauer.
The reality is you're still raising the tax rate, and maybe people will be appeased by the fact that it's not as high as it was originally touted or possibly going to be, but in the end, it's still a tax raise.
My favorite thread, one of my favorite threads is this thread that's on Reddit. The handle is personal_economics91. Average Charlottesville homeowner will be paying 7% more in property taxes under the new budget. Average assessment was up 5%, and the city manager proposed a 2% increase in tax rate, this handle says. A $400,000 house is now assessed at $420K, and their property taxes will increase by $276 a year. I'm going to tell you right now, you find me a $400,000 house in Charlottesville that's livable. Find me a $400,000 house in Charlottesville that is livable. That's not a teardown.
Yeah.
Doing the arithmetic on $400,000, okay. I respect your efforts here. A lot of engagement here, including a planning commissioner interacting with the thread. But the reality is you're not going to find a $400,000 house in Charlottesville. And if you do, to say it needs TLC is an understatement. A planning commissioner, Rory Stolzenberg, who is a very smart guy, makes this comment: real estate tax always gets the headline, but the full cent meals tax increase takes more money out of taxpayers' pockets and a much more regressive distribution. I respected Rory Stolzenberg's comment. I, of course, disagreed with it. And then Personal Economics, the original poster, responds to Rory by saying this: look, dude, property taxes increase the amount the restaurant price goes up, adding a multiplier effect from the meals tax. Exactly right. The real estate tax increases for businesses in this community are passed from the landlord to the tenant in the form of triple net leases. If you're a restaurant owner and you happen to own your real estate, like Peter Castiglione owns at Maya Restaurant, or the late, great Wilson Ritchie, who owned the Cafe Frank building while also owning the restaurant Cafe Frank, you are going to pass that tax exposure down by increased menu prices. So not only are the menu prices going to increase, the meals tax is also going to increase at the very same time. And that is the gentrification of dining. in our region. That is the gentrification of housing in our region.
Yeah.
And that is straight up changing the landscape and character of our region. That is the antithesis of housing affordability.
Yeah.
Housing affordability is pomp and circumstance, a dog and pony show for virtue signaling. It is not reality.
Yeah.
And this we ask of our city manager, Sam Sanders. Slash your budget. Don't ask us for more. City schools are asking for $9 million. President of the teacher union, Shannon Gillikin, said, "We cannot do more with less anymore. We need more money." I empathize with the plight. But what's happening is the community is gentrifying. The folks utilizing public schools are being pinched. The folks utilizing the private schools not being pinched nearly as much.
And I think we deserve to know how much of that in all of these cases is going to administration.
Well, Deep Throat, who's currently in Montana skiing right now in Bozeman, sends us a chart while in Bozeman. Deep Throat, we appreciate you very much. Let's get his photo on screen and then put the chart on screen. Judah, would you like to break this chart down for the viewers and listeners, my friend? Let's go Deep Throat's picture first. And then the chart second, a man who utilizes data in his professional livelihood. And
You're talking about the first chart, right?
oh yeah, the first chart with the yellow highlight. Show is yours, my friend. Viewers and listeners, take a look at the screen. Let them know when it's on screen, my friend.
Just a second. I got to get that chart. Let's see.
If you'd like to see where you rank in the viewer and listener power rankings, ilovecville.com/viewer rankings. Deep Throat, numero uno in our power poll.
Let's see. Okay.
I'll give it to you in a nutshell as Judah puts it on screen, because I'm looking at it right here. From 2014 to 2015 to 2024, the management allocation, the money allocated to management of City of Charlottesville, basically employees of City of Charlottesville, the raw change is 126% increase. It's the highest line item increase of any in the budget. Infrastructure and transportation, a 91% increase. 91% for infrastructure and transportation. Would we say from 2014 to 2024 that infrastructure and transportation has improved by 91%? I would not. Take a look at the screen, take a look at the screen, take a look at the screen. The yellow line item is the one to focus on, please. We have 2 city councilors watching the program right now and a board of supervisor on our Fine and Fair talk show. In a 10-year period, pay to management, employees of Charlottesville, management, Charlottesville, 126% increase. Explain that to me, Judah. Explain that to me, please.
I don't know how to explain that to you.
Explain to me infrastructure and transportation jumping 91%. Keep that chart on screen. Talk to me, Papa Bear. Talk to me.
I think what we need is a proof of worth for a lot of this.
A proof of performance, if you may. A pop?
There you go.
Explain the pop.
Like you said, have we seen a 91% increase in how good our infrastructure and transportation
Hells to
are?
the no.
I don't know if we have.
Hells to the no.
Is the 126% increase in management costs? Is that all raises? Is that have we hired so many new administrators that that's what is causing the raw change?
What was the correlation you made off air to the topic we talked yesterday?
The correlation I made was about the fact that that we're seeing the schools asking for more money, but they've got how much of that money is going to administrators? How much of that money is going to people who actually teach our children.
Keep talking to me, Judah. Keep talking to me.
And I think that's a fair question to ask. I also think it's fair to ask our city council how much money is going to. I understand there are job positions that need to be filled, but how much of that money, how much of that 126% increase is going to jobs being filled, and how much is going to raises?
Philip Dow, thank you for sharing the show in Scottsville, Virginia. He says, don't give Judah a hard time.
Yeah, I agree. Don't give me a hard time.
I just want you to show a little generosity. 13 years. Maybe bring a little lunch to the office from time to time.
All right.
Like your counterpart Jerry does all the time. Just, throwing that out there.
All right.
I'm not saying bring a steak dinner. I'm not saying bring any Grey Poupon. I'm not saying bring any caviar or sushi. Occasionally, just a little thoughtfulness. He also says CVille is the greedy little devil.
Could be.
Vanessa Parkhill, watching the program. Let's get her photo on screen. We got to remember to get Philip Dow's photo on screen. King of Scottsville, watching the program. Let's get his photo, number 14. Vanessa Parkhill is number 6 in the power poll. She says this. I like donuts, by the way.
So do I.
They're very affordable. About $1.50 to $2 each. Socialism often aims to create more equity. Unfortunately, it often achieves that equity by making everyone but those at the very top of the economic ladder miserable.
Yeah.
Fantastic point by the Queen of Earlysville.
Bringing everyone down to the same level rather than raising people up.
Except for those that can afford it. Except for those that can afford it.
Yeah.
This doesn't sting your top 10 percenters.
Right.
It doesn't sting them. If anything, it creates opportunity. It creates opportunity for disposable income for those that have cash or dry powder on hand. Yeah. That opportunity is either buying real estate. Mm-hmm. That opportunity is taking advantage. Maybe that's not the best phrase. Being opportunistic with others in the community that are financially strapped. How many times have you seen folks scoop up housing or scoop up real estate and investment property by saying, hey, look, you're having a hard time making your overhead and your taxes. I'll just give you this lump sum for it. And people have no other choice.
Yeah. But then you get stuck at the other end, renting.
There it is.
And like we just said.
And let's go to that topic. You want to put that one on screen? Gosh, that was a fantastic segue by you, Judah Wickower.
Thank you.
The Commonwealth of Virginia, number 9 in the United States of America for the highest monthly rent. This week, Bill Pay Service. I'm going to read this verbatim for you. This is data from the U.S. Census Bureau. This article on CNBC right now. The report found that 32% of American households pay rent. 32% of American households pay rent. And that their average monthly cost is $1,300. Mm-hmm. Viewers and listeners, which U.S. state has the highest average monthly rent? This one did not surprise me. In fact, I would have gotten most of the top 10 right. I would have said Hawaii was number 1. I think you would have as well, right?
I'm not sure if I would have guessed Hawaii, but...
do you have the list in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have guessed California was in the 2 or 3 slot. California is number 2.
Definitely.
I would not have guessed that Massachusetts has the 3rd highest monthly rent in the United States of America. Would you have? I probably would have said New York in the 3 slot.
I don't think I would have had an idea about a lot of the... I mean, yeah, New York... California, I don't know if I would have guessed most of the others.
Hawaii number 1, California number 2, Massachusetts number 3, New York number 4, New Jersey 5, Washington 6, Maryland 7, Colorado 8, Virginia
Number 9.
Number 9, and Florida 10. Very interestingly, the most affordable state in the free union by a monthly rent standpoint is West Virginia. So all you have to do is go over this invisible line from Virginia to West Virginia, and your monthly rent drops to an average of $846 a month.
That sounds like it should
Now,
be, sounds like it should be wrong. It sounds like it should be. Wait a minute. Are they getting those numbers from 20 years ago?
Are we making any jabs or
10 years ago?
Zingers at West Virginia? $846 a month for West Virginia average rent.
I know.
That's cheap as duck. Quack, quack, quack.
And
$846.
They've also got the average cost of bills in West Virginia is 25% below the national average. Overall cost of living, 9% lower. Cost of basic necessities like groceries, around 6% lower.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
now you're dealing with. Am I going to throw any zingers at West Virginia, or should I not alienate and polarize the West Virginians?
I mean, you're gonna talk about banjos.
Whoa! What are you saying?
You're talking about banjos and rowing faster.
And what?
Rowing faster.
What's rowing faster?
I think I hear banjos row faster.
I don't follow.
I haven't seen the movie, but you've heard of the movie Deliverance, right?
Yeah.
Well,
you're talking rowing in your boat?
Rowing,
row your boat
rowing in
gently
a canoe
to shore
on a river in West Virginia, and you hear banjos.
I thought you were going to go down the overalls and the teeth and the moonshine and
you could bring that into it.
The painkillers and the fentanyl
after
and
they catch you.
What's that?
After they catch you.
The lack of jobs, the economic struggle.
Yeah.
Charlottesville area's average rent in the $1,400-$1,500 range. How you doing, sir?
What I think is missing from this and from other articles like this is what the average person is making in these places. Because I think that
look at you are asking the right questions today.
I think that has a large. I mean, sure, rent may be 20% lower than just south of that invisible line that you talked about, but what if the average person is making 50% less?
You are asking the right questions today, Judah Wickhauer. The man is fantastic. Logan Wells Claylow, let's get her photo on screen. Sherry Wilcombe, let's get her photo on screen.
We don't have Logan.
Logan is not in the power poll? What? That's a travesty. ilovecville.com/viewer rankings. Is Logan Wells Claylow not in the power poll?
She's not. I know she's not.
That is a travesty. Logan Wells Claylow needs to be in the power poll. In fact, did you update the power poll yesterday?
No, not yet.
What? Who was after Jim Hingley?
We've got Krebs and
Peter Krebs at 41.
And Riddick.
David Riddick at 42. Logan Wells Claylow at 43. Please, Logan Wells Claylow at 43. ilovecville.com/viewer rankings. Kevin Yancey, his photo on screen, please. The man, one of the mayors of Waynesboro watching the program here. Kevin Yancey, 11 in the power poll. He says, Judah, bring Vienna sausages and crackers to the office.
Say that again?
Bring Vienna sausages and crackers to the office.
Oh.
I like Vienna sausages.
Yeah.
I love pigs in a blanket.
They can be good, yeah.
You take croissant, a crescent roll, you unroll it, you put in a Vienna sausage, maybe some cheese in there, and you roll it back up, 13 minutes in the oven. You want to do that?
I've got friends in Waynesboro, and they regularly make those, and they are delicious.
Pigs in the blanket?
Yeah.
Have you done the crescent roll? You roll it out, you put Virginia country ham, like Kite's country ham, and you can sprinkle in a little bit of cheese in there, and then you roll it up. Oh. You lather the outside with butter. I'm like a Cheshire cat with a sleeve of Ritz crackers and a tin of Cheese Whiz with that kind of food.
Cheese Whiz.
You don't like Cheese Whiz? You give me a sleeve of Ritz crackers, a tin of Cheese Whiz, and a tall glass of skim milk.
I like actual cheese, and I know what kind of milk you drink, so
Skim milk.
Don't pretend that's you're eating a gourmet meal over there. Ugh, skim milk.
Just bring a meal to the office.
Skim milk.
A meal.
Man.
Bill McChesney says, "Oh boy, we made the top 10 list again." Let's get Bill McChesney's photo on screen. Mr. McChesney, the mayor of McIntyre, number 15 in the polls.
I was going to say, yeah, we made another list. This one not quite as.
We can't help making the list.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Mr. DL watching on Twitter. Ginny Who, thank you for the retweet on Twitter. We appreciate you. Ginny Who says, "Jerry, you have to watch Deliverance." I've seen Deliverance.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
What? Have you read or seen To Kill a Mockingbird?
Not that I remember.
Ay, chico, carajo, coño. White Fang?
White Fang?
Have you seen White Fang?
I don't think so. Of course, I don't remember everything that I watched when I was a kid.
White Fang?
I'm guessing it's about a wolf?
Oh, no, the context clue ability that you possess, Judah, is second to none. I kid because I care. I give Judah a hard time because I genuinely care. 13 years. He's family. Judah is family. If you haven't watched this program long enough, you realize that the man is family. It goes, here's the hierarchy. Wife and sons. You're not in that echelon. I hope you're not offended.
I don't get offended easily.
I know. That's one of the great things about you. You right there next, right below, though. Family. All right, my friend. 10 years for the alley light, if you put that lower third on screen. I mean, this is a big deal.
That is impressive.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
A nondescript restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Hidden away.
Hidden away behind Christian's Pizza. Not even on the main pedestrian mall.
Right.
Next to some dumpsters and some trash cans with no sign and one little light.
I mean, it puts proof to the fact that if you have a great brand and value your customers, then no matter where you are, they'll find you.
There it is.
You don't have to be in, a corner spot.
Chris Dunbar, Robin McDaniel, bartender extraordinaire, Michael Lamont, one-time talented, renowned chef, Jose De Brito. I mean, you're talking the who's who of restaurants. Wilson Ritchie, the late great.
Yeah.
This is an all-star cast that launched this business. An all-star cast that launched this restaurant. 10 years this month in operation. Have a cocktail with some nice dim lighting, fantastic ambiance, fantastic food. 10 years. And then I got to thinking this. Think of how many restaurants on the downtown mall that are more than 10 years old. And I'm going to just rattle a few off the top of my head. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hamilton's at First and Main. Bill and Kate Hamilton's. Mm-hmm. The one-time home for friend of the program, Curtis Shaver. Can we get Curtis Shaver's photo on screen? Back-to-back days for Curtis Shaver. Number 31 in the family, Curtis Shaver. I hope he's watching the show. Curtis, the tank top that I wore yesterday featuring your face, along with the great Giardini headdress, the magic wand, and the crystal ball, is now proliferating the meme accounts. We did that intentionally. We said before the show, I bet this, and it did. Hamilton's, Fleury, Petit Pois, Sal's Cafe Italia, The Alley Light, C&O. Just off the top of my head, what am I missing? Is Citizen Burger Bar 10 years old?
Miller's?
Oh, Miller's is definitely more than 10 years old. Let's keep a list here. Do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to try to do this in geographical order to keep up. When was Citizen Burger Bar founded? All right, first let's go Alley Light. Miller's.
Whiskey jar?
Citizen
Whiskey
Burger
jar?
Bar is more than 10 years old. Here's the grand opening video we did. 2012.
Wow.
Put Citizen Burger Bar on there. Put Sal's Cafe Italia on there. Put Petit Pois on there. Fleury on there. C&O on there. Rattle the list off. We're talking 10-plus-year-old restaurants in the downtown mall. We have an abundance of riches. The Melting Pot, 18 years. Derek Bond, if you were here, I'd give you a flying chest bump and pour you a bourbon shot. I remember when Derek Bond, 14 years ago, was driving around in a blue Mustang around the Melting Pot. I loved that blue Mustang. He had a dope parking spot behind the Melting Pot. He'd rev that blue Mustang up as he was getting off of Water Street, going into that parking garage in the Hulsinger. Remember that blue Mustang, Derek Bond? That was so nice. Melting Pot, 18 years. You got that on the list?
Yep.
Whiskey Jar, you got that on the list? Mm-hmm. The Nook. Jon Snow. Jon Snow giving us some props. Get Derek Bond's photo on screen. Derek Bond's number 30 in the family. Get his photo on screen. Jon Snow. Is Jon Snow in the power ranking?
No.
What? Put Jon Snow in there. Is that 44 on the list? You're doing a lot of things, jack of all trades right now. Jon Snow's photo needs to be on ilovecville.com/viewer rankings later today. He's given us fantastic knowledge. He says the Nook and Rev Soup.
Yep.
Philip Dow said Whiskey Jar. You got that one?
Yep, we got Whiskey Jar.
Nora Gaffney says you were thinking of dueling banjos, Judah.
What?
Not rowing banjos.
I didn't say rowing banjos.
Yes, you did.
No, I said I hear banjos row faster.
Is Cully Baggett on the... Cully Baggett is watching the program.
No.
Cully Baggett's not in the power ranking?
No.
Put the developer Cully Baggett on the power ranking at 45, please. Cully Baggett. C-U-L-L-E-Y Baggett. B-A-G-G-E-T-T. He says someone needs to let Judah know that if he's out in the woods to run away from the banjo music. Definitely not run towards the banjo music.
Trust me, I know.
Rattle off the list that we have. 10-year or older.
Hold on.
Restaurants on the downtown
gotta
mall.
Add
Rev Soup and Whiskey Jar.
Yeah. No, I had Whiskey Jar.
Neil Williamson. We're going to get to your comments in a matter of moments. Neil Williamson. What's the list you got?
So far, we've got Alley Light.
Okay.
Miller's.
Yeah.
Citizen Burger Bar.
Yeah.
Sal's Cafe Italia.
Yeah.
Petit Pois.
Yeah.
Fleury.
Yeah.
C&O.
Yeah.
Melting Pot.
Yeah.
Whiskey Jar.
Yeah.
Nook.
Yeah.
And Rev Soup.
How about Hamilton's?
Yep. Hamilton's.
That's 12, right? Just off the top of our head, on the fly, with your help, viewers and listeners, we've come up with 12 restaurants that are 10-year. Christian's Pizza.
Yeah.
That's a decade plus. Put that on the Chaps.
Right.
Put Christian's and Chaps on there. You have Rev Soup on there?
Yep.
How many is that? Is that 14 or 15?
Let's see.
Talk to me, Papa Bear. Talk to me.
14.
Bagby's? That's another one. We have an abundance of riches of restaurants on the downtown mall that are a decade plus old.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Mm-hmm. Is it not?
That is.
The Bebedero is probably approaching 10 years.
Most likely.
Let's see if we can find the Bebedero. River Hawkins, when did you open that bad boy? He initially opened the Bebedero in the glass building.
Yep.
Right next to where Bluegrass Grill was. Mm. The Bebedero grand opening. When was that?
I remember.
What?
I remember eating there. Let's see.
When did the Bebedero open? When did the Bebedero open? I don't think it's quite 10 years old. Oh, grand opening this week. Simon Davidson's. Charlottesville 29, he talks about it. 2016. Jim Hingley watching the program.
Himalayan Fusion.
Himalayan Fusion, put it on the list. There's Chief Kochis. Giving him a wave. Love the chief, the George Clooney of policing. Jim Hinchley. He's got a comment for you, Judah. Let's get Jim Hinchley's photo on screen. He's a key member of this family, number 40 in the power rankings. We love Jim Hinchley. You got his photo on screen.
Yep.
Contrary to Judah's suggestion, the 1972 film Deliverance, with its depiction of a brutal, with its depiction of a brutal sodomist rape, was not set in West Virginia, Judah. In the film, 4 Atlanta businessmen, Louis Medlock, Ed Gentry, Bobby Tripp, and Drew Ballinger, decide to canoe down a river in the remote northern Georgia wilderness before it is dammed and have a frightening misadventure. John Voight and Burt Reynolds play 2 of the leads.
Yeah.
He says, not in West Virginia, Judah.
Yeah, I
Don't throw the shade to West Virginia.
Come on, West Virginia is known for its mountain folk.
But you made reference to Deliverance in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Commonwealth's attorney is holding you in line.
I never specifically said that the movie took place in West Virginia.
Nora Gaffney, her photo on screen. She says Marco and Luca. Nora Gaffney is a key.
Wondering about that.
The Dumpling Shop. That's easily a decade old. What's Nora Gaffney's power ranking? She's in the rankings, right?
Yep.
Nora and Gaffney's 36 in the family. Nora, fantastic photo and fantastic suggestion, my friend. Look at how many restaurants. How many is that are 10 years or older on the downtown mall? And this is just literally us shooting the you-know-what on the show.
How old is Marco and Luca?
Marco and Luca's been around for an eternity.
I believe it. I'm just curious.
I mean, think of the genius idea of selling delicious dumplings at an affordable price.
Yeah.
Neil Williamson watching the program. Neil Williamson, president of the Free Enterprise Forum. Neil Williamson, his photo on screen, please. I love Neil. Neil's 19 in the family.
Marco and Luca serving Charlottesville since 2001.
Jeez Louise, it's 23 years old?
Has it been in that spot the whole time, though?
Oh, yeah. In fact, there's more than one Marco and Luca location.
Yeah.
Neil Williamson says, for what it's worth, in the 1980s, I witnessed hundreds of West Virginia plates commuting every day into Fairfax Loudoun on Route 7 to fill the many blue-collar jobs that had been priced out of the state. He said in the 80s and 90s this was happening. We're lucky to have the president of the Free Enterprise Forum in this community. Support the Free Enterprise Forum. We appreciate you, Neil. Gosh, that was just off the top of our heads. We need to go to LinkedIn. We can't forget our brethren, our sisters and brothers on LinkedIn watching the program. John Blair, his photo on screen.
Bizu.
John Blair says Zocalo Belt Boys.
Yeah, Zocalo.
God, I love John Blair. Can you get his photo on screen?
Bizu.
Bang. Bang Tapas. All included, even though it's right off the downtown mall. South Street Brewery. Bang. And Zocalo. And Bizu. Can you put those on screen? Good Lord. An abundance of riches. Oh my gosh, John Blair says, how long has Cinema Taco been open? I'd have to think it's getting close to 10 years. Me too. Put Cinema Taco on the list. Holy doo-doo. When did Jack Brown's open? Jack Brown's opened right after Citizen Burger Bar opened because Jack Brown's brought to downtown Charlottesville by business broker and commercial leasing agent extraordinaire Stu Rifkin. Stu Rifkin saw Citizen Burger Bar on a long wait all the time. And he found Jack Brown's and Harrisonburg and said, you should open right around the corner from Citizen Burger Bar and capitalize on this waiting list. And that's exactly what happened. Jack Brown's Charlottesville, when did that open? Grand opening. I bet you that's 10 years old. When did that open, Judah? Looks like
Let's see, Jack Brown.
2015. Is that what you're seeing? Where's Rick White when you need him? When did Jack Brown's open? I think does it say 2015? So not quite 10 years. Nora Gaffney said, Marco and Luca started in the little window spot. I taught their kids in preschool. Jon Snow says Rapture. How can we forget Mike and Cecilia?
Oh, my goodness.
Mike and Cece, Rapture.
What was the off-mall one you
I went
mentioned?
to a pledge event at Rapture while a first year at the University of Virginia. As a first year at the University of Virginia, Phi Kappa Psi had a rush event at Rapture. We had steak and potatoes, and we partied like it was 2000, because it was. 2001, actually. It's the first year. Man, I fell in love with Rapture then. How many is that? Jon Snow, you're making the program better. How many is that?
Hold on. What about Vita Nova? How long have they been?
Vita Nova, definitely.
They've been.
Oh, yeah. Put them on the list.
I'm still missing the one that you mentioned that was off the mall.
Bang?
Bang.
South Street Brewery? You got South Street on there? How long has Catherine Matthews at Iron Poffles been open?
Can that be 10 years? I don't know if that's...
Dude,
I don't think that can be 10 years.
You and I are old. I hope... I just want you to know. Iron Poffles, has it been around a decade plus? Speaking of Poffles, I hear they're at the top of the 9 spots to get Waffles in Charlottesville.
I mean, you can't have a list about waffles without having...
ilovecville.com/CVille Waffles. ilovecville.com/CVille Waffles. 9 places to get waffles around Charlottesville. Penned by Judah Wickhauer. He starts the list with Iron Poffles and coffee. You got the photo on screen? That looks absolutely amazing. What is in this poffle? Is that chicken?
No, that is not chicken. I believe this is one of their dessert poffles.
They have sweet and savory. Is the photo on screen?
Yeah.
Everyone look at the screen. Look at the screen. What is in that? It looks amazing.
Oh, man, I don't think I know. It looks like whipped cream and some type of maybe raspberry...
Monsoon! Nora Gaffney, you're 100% right. Put Monsoon on the list. Judah, you better... Nora Gaffney, you've made the program better. So have you, Jon Snow. Monsoon has been a decade plus. Friend of the program, Kit Ashy. Love Kit Ashy. Hope Kit Ashy's watching the program right now. Kit, you watching? Love Kit. Monsoon is a great one. My wife's favorite Thai food is Monsoon. Kit and her team are restaurant moguls. A location on Pantops, a location downtown, a location next to Cardinal Hall, a location in Crozet, a location in Wisconsin, in Madison, Wisconsin.
What about 10?
10 is a decade old. I know it's a decade old.
Definitely.
What about the one below 10? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm having a senior moment. Now and Zen from Nora Gaffney. Put that on the list. Toshi's Sushi Spot is a decade old. What is the spot below 10, viewers and listeners? We're having a senior moment here.
That Fitzroy now?
Oh, the Fitzroy. Is the Fitzroy a decade old?
That can't be 10 years old.
You don't think that's 10 years old?
I don't think it is.
How do you speaking with confidence and conviction?
A little bit.
A little bit? How do you speak a little bit with confidence and conviction?
I'm just...
Tell me the Fitzroy. Is the Fitzroy a decade old?
Let's see if we can figure it out.
This is literally shooting off the cuff here. God, we have an abundance of riches in downtown Charlottesville. How old is the Fitzroy? Talk to me, Papa Bear. Talk to me.
I'm looking. I'm seeing if I can figure it out.
Man, I never anticipated it was this many. John, thank you for your help too.
No, I'm looking at an article in CVille Weekly from June of 2016 talking about Fitzroy making its debut.
Dude, John Blair makes a great suggestion. I'm going to the Wayback Machine. While it's not on the downtown mall today, let's not forget that Smoked in Crozet started as a food cart on the downtown mall. Right around the corner from us, Justin Vanderlyn.
Yeah.
His food cart on the downtown mall had lines around the corner, around Draft Tap Room.
I know. I remember seeing it daily.
Daily, we saw it. And then that's when Kelly Tripp, The seasoned restaurateur approached Justin and said, "You are so popular, we need to get you a brick and mortar restaurant," and they opened in Crozet. Justin has since sold Smoked. There is a new owner of Smoked, and that owner has a location on Route 29 as well. Unbelievable. We're so lucky to call this place home. Are we missing any? And if we missed any, I feel like I don't mean to slight you.
I think this...
How many do you have on the list? And rattle off the list. Please, sir.
I think... So we're still up in the air about Iron Poffles.
Put Iron Poffles on the list. I can't slight Catherine Matthews.
Are we sure?
I'll tell you this. We did a video...
Thai Fresh?
We did a paid gig for Iron Poffles and Coffee where we did a behind-the-scenes video for Catherine. And when we did that, we were still in mentor Bill Nitchman's professional center. You see this over here?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In Bill Nitchman's professional center. That's before we bought in the Macklin building. And we've been in this building, in the Macklin building. I bought this from Joe Geek, the UVA trainer, 85 mortgage payments ago. I have on this particular one, I have a 10-year balloon, a 10-year term. 10 times 12 is 120. And I just made payment 85. So I am 35 payments less than 3 years from having this at zero mortgage, this particular one. Fortunately, we just tipped some of the other ones to zero in the building. And now we're expediting the payment cycle of the other ones by taking the rent rolls from the ones that are at zero and throwing them against the ones we currently have with mortgage debt.
I think Thai Fresh fits too.
Thai Fresh. That's in Bill Nitchman's professional center, mentor of the program.
Yeah.
The man who encouraged me to do the real estate business. Thai Fresh is a decade old?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm on Yelp, and I am seeing stuff from 2014.
Put it on there. How many do we have on the list?
That
Friend of the program, brother from another mother, Judah Wickower. The Odd Couple, Judah and I.
I still
rattle off the list, Judah. Rattle it off.
Hold on, I'm still checking up on Iron Poffles.
We're giving Iron Poffles the benefit of the doubt.
Really?
We are giving Iron Poffles the benefit of the doubt. I think it's that close. What do you have on the list? Can you rattle them off with the number? Go, please, go.
I think I've got CVille Weekly introducing Poffles from 2017, so I don't think it...
Fine. Not 10 years. Okay. So what's the list? Rattle the list off.
28 so far.
There's 28 on the downtown mall that are 10 years or older. Rattle them off, please, please, please.
Alley Light.
Okay.
Miller's.
Okay.
Citizen Burger Bar.
Whoa.
Sal's Cafe Italia.
Love it.
Petit Pois.
Yes.
Fleury. C&O.
Ooh.
Melting Pot. Whiskey Jar. The Nook. Revolutionary Soup. Hamilton's. Christian's. Chaps and Bagby's. Himalayan Fusion. Marco and Luca. Zocalo. Bizu. Cinema Taco. Rapture. Vita Nova. Bang. South Street Brewery. Monsoon. 10. Now and Zen.
Unbelievable.
Thai Fresh.
Unbelievable.
And it might not count as a restaurant, but what about Timberlake's?
Timberlake's definitely counts. And you got Melting Pot, right?
Yep.
That's 29 on the downtown mall that are over 10 years old. Do you have the Nook on there?
Yep.
That is an abundance of riches.
Yeah, no doubt.
Unbelievable. We're fortunate. Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And speaking of fortunate, how about the waffle at Blue Moon Diner? Can you put that on screen?
Let's see.
I love CVille.com/CVille Waffles for the best 9 waffle options or some 9 waffle suggestions. I'm not going to say the best in case we miss one. 9 waffle suggestions in the Charlottesville area.
There it is.
The Blue Moon Diner waffle looks, oh my gosh, I would use that as a scrub brush in the shower.
I'd roll it up and just devour it. Stuff it down my throat. Look at that.
How about Millie Coffee Roasters? Man.
Right.
Millie Coffee Roasters for sale. Currently for sale.
There we go.
How about Farm Bell Kitchen?
It's a very distinguished looking waffle there.
Oh, it looks delicious. How about Ryan Hubbard's Farm Bell Kitchen waffle in the 4 slot?
Let's see.
That waffle looks amazing. I love waffles. You got it?
Farm Bell. There we go. And yeah.
How about that Grit Coffee waffle? Is it on screen?
Just about.
Look at that Nook waffle. Oh, chocolate syrup with bananas on a waffle. Put the Nook one on screen. Woo-wee. You got that one on screen?
Just about. There we go.
Look at that Nook waffle with the chocolate syrup and the bananas. And can we forget the Villa Diner waffle? Are those pecans with syrup and some sugar?
Something like that.
Get that Villa Diner waffle on screen. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Man, oh man. ilovecville.com/CVille waffles. Will make you hungry. All right, I want to talk
regularly share a waffle with my mom at Tip Top.
How about you share them with Jerry?
Do they deliver?
Can we go to the one shot and get the Virginia basketball header on screen, and we'll close with some closing thoughts? Guys, this has been a tough season for Tony Bennett's boys, Tony Bennett's bunch, Tony Bennett's basketball ballers. But guess what? They're going to be the 3 or the 4 seed in the ACC tournament. And if they beat Georgia Tech, they're going to finish 3rd in the regular season behind UNC and Duke. It's been a miserable season, I'll give you that. An up and down season, I'll give you that. But Bennett's got this team 3rd in the conference. In a double bye scenario with the ACC tourney that starts next week. Everyone would have taken that at the beginning of the season. So how about a little grace, a little empathy, a little bit of leash for this team? Yes, they have offensive deficiencies, but if they can somehow find their jump shot, they may go far in the ACC tournament, and they may go far in the NCAA tournament. Time will tell. Can't wait for the ACC tournament. And on one note on that, friend of the program, Jerry Ratcliffe, the star of the Jerry and Jerry Show. It airs Tuesdays at 10:15 a.m. on the I Love CVille tournament, on I Love CVille Network. Jerry Ratcliffe is about to be at his 50th consecutive ACC tournament. 50 straight ACC tournaments for Jerry Hootie Ratcliffe, the Virginia Sports Hall of Famer. That's a record. And I get to sit across from him every single week for an hour and change. It's truly my pleasure. Two-shot Judah Wickower with some closing thoughts. What's in that big, beautiful brain as we get out of here in under an hour? Judah, talk to me.
I was just wondering how long Grit's been on the downtown mall.
Not 10.
Yeah,
it used to be Cafe Cubano, owned by the fantastic Tony. I love Tony. We were neighbors in Redfields on Rockledge Drive, Tony and I, prior to me selling my home on Rockledge. Tony no longer lives on Rockledge Drive either, but we were neighbors. He and his beautiful wife, Anna. We used to smoke cigars and drink bourbon, Tony and I, the owner of Cafe Cubano, and tell tall tales and pass the night away smoking Cuban stogies he provided while I provided the brown bourbon, the brown juice. Any closing thoughts?
Well, let's see. I heard that the farmers market is going to be moved to Penn Park this
Which
year.
one?
What?
Which one?
The farmers market at Meade will be moving to Penn Park this year,
Oh.
which is right around the corner from me.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Sounds like fresh produce for the office and maybe some fresh protein for the office, courtesy of the Farmers Market and Judah Wickhauer. I thought you did a fantastic job today.
Thank you.
You're a key member to this talk show. And the viewers and listeners, I give them a hard time because I care. It makes for a good shtick for the show as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think he actually minds.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Well, you do a great job.
I still think you need to come up with a better...
Then the sidekick Bubini?
yeah.
Everybody likes Bubinis. Who doesn't like Bubinis?
What's a boobini?
What's that?
What's a boobini?
A Bubini is the sidekick
Okay.
to Giardini. Sounds like Bubini's going to be wearing a different shirt next week.
I still prefer Osric Mental Spoon.
I can't even say that.
Oh, come on.
I have a hard time saying basic things. All right, that's the Thursday edition of the talk show. So long, everyone.